One day, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she brought up a movie titled No Other Choice, a South Korean film released in 2025 and directed by Park Chan-wook. Now, I don't watch a lot of movies. As someone who doesn't own streaming services and only goes to theaters when new Spider-Man films come out, I don't have many opportunities to see new stuff. It's only when people recommend stuff for me to watch that I even bother. This particular film, though, caught my attention, as the lead actor, Lee Byung-hun, played the frontman in Squid Game, another recommendation of hers. I really enjoyed his acting there, so I decided to give this movie a shot. And oh boy, I was not disappointed. But what's the movie actually about? We follow the story of Yu Man-soo, an employee at a major papermaking company, who's been there for 25 years. After being laid off and not finding another industry job for over a year, his and his family's lives have taken a turn for the worse, being unable to afford their previous lifestyle. After an interview gone wrong, Man-soo considers killing the manager to take his job, but realizes that he's not guaranteed to be the one to take his place. That is, unless he's the best option they have left. After identifying his main competitors, Yu Man-soo sets off to kill the three men, hoping this will allow him to bring his life back to normal. And that's the main premise of the movie. It's not extremely complicated in terms of its setup, but it doesn't need to be. The real draw is in how this random middle-aged guy will murder 3 people and get away with it. And as we soon find out, things never go according to plan. Now, I'd like to focus on 3 specific aspects of the film. While I love No Other Choice overall, I believe that if I had to boil it down, these are the 3 reasons I love the film as much as I do. The first reason, which is the one that got me hooked, is its absurdity. No Other Choice actually takes the route of a black comedy, where normally serious topics, such as death in our case, is portrayed in a much more satirical and humorous manner. And that's where the aforementioned absurdity comes in. An actual home invasion, which is some dark stuff, becomes this Tom and Jerry scene because, like, why are we shouting over music? Why did this man put his gun in 3 different middens and then wrap it up in tape? Why did the camera have to pan like this? The sheer silliness of this movie is off the charts. At a certain point, you wouldn't be surprised if Man-soo dropped the piano on someone.
Winning.
No Other Choice's commitment to humor keeps the movie lighthearted and entertaining, which prevents its darker subject matter from alienating the audience. It also adds to how uniquely memorable the film is. How many movies have you watched where the main character gets cucked through song and dance, without a single word being spoken the whole time? There are so many scenes that, even on rewatch, have me holding my sides laughing. Hell, reading the script is actually kind of hard. It's genuinely impressive how Park Chan-wook balanced the scenes of comedy with those of brutality or tragedy. And I believe that the personification of this balance can be found in our leading man himself. As I mentioned earlier, the whole reason I was interested in this film was due to Lee Byung-hun's role in it, and his performance was nothing short of spectacular. I never realized it due to the nature of Squid Game, but he's genuinely made for comedies. He has a talent for saying the funniest things with the most grave expression possible.
당신이 사람 차별은 안 하지. 술 먹으면 누구한테나 공평하게 개니까.
Throughout the duration of the film, we see Yu Man-soo devolve more and more as a person, and become something unrecognizable to who he was in the beginning. He becomes much more insecure about his marriage, he takes up smoking again, and breaks his sobriety of 9 years. That last one was quite important, as his wife reveals that he was a pretty abusive drunk, which serves as a sign that Man-soo has crossed a point of no return. Not just with the whole serial killer thing, but with his relationship with his family. Lee Byung-hun did an amazing job portraying Man-soo's decaying mental state. At the start of the movie, you feel quite sorry for him and can sympathize with his struggle. But after a certain point, there are times when he's unlikable and even scary. By the end of the film, I was genuinely unnerved by Man-soo, and this came down to Lee Byung-hun's incredible performance. He was able to convey such vivid feelings of grief and desperation that Yu Man-soo felt so real to me. While the casting for No Other Choice was great all around, Lee Byung-hun still manages to shine radiantly. He breathes such life into the character that ultimately serves as a microcosm of all of the film's themes. Oh wait, was that a set? Despite the over-the-top nature of No Other Choice, its messages are actually quite grounded. The film is unexpectedly tragic, highlighting how the move towards modernization is, in practice, leaving more and more people out of work and forgotten, left to rot alone with no regards for their lives or those around them. Man-soo lost his job in the first place due to his company being bought out by an American company, with Bomo and Seijo meeting similar fates at their job. The movie's nature is quite cynical in its commentary of capitalism and modern corporations, who don't view employees as people just as means to an end. However, that's not the end of the story. Where Bummel's story lies in escapism, Seijo's in acceptance, and Senchul's in conformity, Mansu's story in particular is one of desperation, of someone who refuses to change is being forced onto him. Ironically, it was in the process of resisting that Mansu turned into something monstrous and unrecognizable, all in a battle that is ultimately a losing one. His story illustrates that no matter how hard we fight, we can never recapture what we've already lost. And yet, people will continue to fight anyway. We'd sooner become monsters than roll over and submit to a reality that would never accommodate us. That tenacity, that drive to live the life that we want for ourselves, is the beauty of no other choice, at least in my eyes. There's a lot to turn to regarding this movie. I believe it'd be better if you watched the movie for yourself. I wish I could give No Other Choice the justice it deserves, but nothing beats the real thing. So I urge you to give it a shot if you have any interest. You'll thank me later.